running, I'm a gang and tryna get this money.
Hey, yo, Shalom, welcome back to my channel. It's Thabo, Tuesday, you know how it is. Yo, man, and finally have a very special guest, my boy. Yo, man, how is it?
So, buddy.
Chilling, man.
Okay,
yo, man, it's an honor to finally have the goat here with
hey,
me. To finally have the goat here with me. I've been trying to have this nigga on my channel for over a year, dog, you know. So he finally finally agreed, man. So let's get
okay,
to
what's
it.
up, guys? My name is, should I even say my name, man? I want to be incognito, man. Yeah, but my name is Thabo, man, with the afro.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, man.
What constitutes a good rap verse according to you?
Damn, there's a lot of elements to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of elements to it because you see, when a verse in and of itself, it's part of the song. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, the verse in itself must contribute towards the song. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's say I call you and I want a feature from you. There should be a reason why I want a feature from you, not because you are, another rapper, but there's a certain element that you're going to bring into the song that only you have and I cannot give. You understand?
Yeah.
So when I want you to feature, that's what I want from you. So before we even start about how the verse could be like or should be like, it doesn't make sense for the verse to be on the song. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you want to look at it, everything is small parts and it makes a whole.
Yeah.
You understand? The song is a whole, the parts are the verses and the bars. You understand?
Yeah.
So usually what constitutes naturally a good verse is, for me, is one that relates to the concept of the song. Because the concept of the song is a chapter. Like the Bible, you can't read a verse. For you to understand the verse, you need to read the whole chapter. You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, those are the type of elements. Yeah, I did not hear anyone tell you that, or so you read it in a book, but it's something like it is, someone who's creative would want that element to be there because he understands how the mind works. You understand? So all these double entendres, internal rhymes and end rhymes, they just, how should I say it? They just
side.
Yeah, they're part of the technical side for me.
Yeah.
Which everyone should have anyway. Yeah. And what you're rapping about dictates your cadence as well. So it's because how I conceptualize things, it's a song, right? Yeah. It's a song. Song is made up of three or different type parts, right? Yeah. So it constitutes lyrics, which is the writing, the beats, you understand, and the name of the song, you understand, and all these other technical stuff. Yeah. It's like when you're baking a cake. When you're baking a cake, you have different types of ingredients. Yeah. You understand? You have margarine, you have milk, you have sugar, you have eggs. You understand? So that's a song. Usually it is done separately. You understand? And it has to be combined to make it a sweet cake. You understand? Just like you do an ingredient, you put them together to make what? A sweet cake. So what I do is that I break it down. I start from scratch. I like, okay, chap, let me write the rhymes down. The beats I can hear, the 808s are coming out nicely. I'm like, oh shit, this is not difficult for me to. You understand? You're like, okay, now I understand it. Fire. You understand? So now we get to the integrity of the song. You're like, okay, cool. I hear the verse, but let's hear the song.
Alright, we've compiled 5 verses that we felt were best this year. We're not gonna dwell much on the other verse, on the top 4 verses. We're gonna try and decipher what's number 1. And just as a honorable mention, I have shout out to my brother 3 AM Nostalgia. His verse on 3-Star Okapi gets an honorable mention. I've got Stogie T, the GOAT, Ghetto, and I've got Tyson ST till the end. We've got Tato So on 33 Chambers, and then we're gonna get into the top 5. We've got Sibo the Gift's second verse on Old Soul. Number 4, I've got Aries Hibachi. Tato So comes in at number 3 at God Bless. And number 2, shout out to my brother Tatao, favorite song. Yeah, man, that last verse is just something, man, So now, for verse of the year, and we have the song. Alright, let's just play you guys verse of the year. And we're going to try and decipher this verse. Alright, so number 1, we have my brother from Klerksdorp, from Matlera. His verse from Matith makes it our top verse of the year. So we're gonna just play it and then try and decipher it afterwards. Let's go.
2620-257-018, taking trips to the same block. You sound they say so. This is blue magic, black mafioso. Black mafioso, uptown nigga, but my downtown broad. Not choose, let it blow, man. Know some stick up kids who rock masks way before they kabati or get corona. Totally fights now, killer my waza, ubana my waza. See the game lit up, I never touched the CRACK cocaine. But the psychology and dichotomy is street kids is not an anomaly, it's a corollary, it's a robbery. Get Chinese six, give me mines, I'm partying.
I just like the relatability of the verse. You know, I feel like it encapsulates both sides of the spectrum. Like it's very emotive, it's very like relative, and it's very technical as well. I like his cadence, I like his rhyme schemes. You know, I like there's like metaphors as well. And yeah, man, just I feel like it's the best verse I've heard this year. Or what do you think of the verse actually? Like from the obviously it's a conceptual song.
Yeah, no, it is.
My dice.
And the feature, in and of itself, is a great feature. You understand? The guys have the same approach to the track. The cadence, the cadence is nice. You know, I think, you know, that's what you want. You want to feature someone who's going to add on to what you cannot add.
You
understand? They're the same, but they add something a little bit different. You see? So this young
what
man.
What are your favorite parts from the song? Because obviously when you opens with 1220, that's a postal code from where he comes from.
But that can't be anything to be. No, I mean, he opens with that. He's trying to shout out where he comes from, description, and you know, and that's how you want to start a verse. So you want to start a verse. Usually, you paint a picture of the scenario that you guys are talking about. You understand? So that guy Hatoma, words. I started with the same thing. So when you as a feature artist, you start more or less where he starts because you want to continue on to what he was saying.
The title Matthias is it like an analogy or?
It is. There's so many meanings behind it because when you like Matthias obviously means, you know, Jalama. But it has other elements to it. Obviously Matthias can mean, and what we say if we do rare spanning or Jalama Matthias. You understand? When you go Zola, you go Chepisi or the Potata. You be like, yo man, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You go also two sleep out or go that's what I say. So Jalama dies. So I like that. You know, it's relatable. I think the guy's from Atterbury, right?
Who? Words. Yeah, he's from Atterbury.
Oh yeah, man. Because I want to cover you like you want to go Atterbury.
He's the boy, man.
Yeah, I want to really Anyway, yeah, man. So, you know what? You had a verse that stood out, especially about the bars that actually stood out there.
Yeah, because I actually want that to actually get into it, because I feel like that's when it gets really deep, when it talks about
psychology,
the
dichotomy, the street,
like
the street kids.
When you break down that bar, what do you understand about that bar?
No, because when you look at how I think, okay, when you look at a bar, I think how many bars? 4 bars, I think. When you look at these type of things, you need to understand how they relate to the song as well. You understand? So initially, I was like, when it talks about it's a corollary, it's a robbery. You know, when you say psychology, dichotomy, and you try to, and it's an anomaly, you be like, okay, maybe he says the street kids are such because of, you know, world events or the government or, you know, people not taking care of them. Then that becomes a consequence of what, you know, them smoking drugs and so on. But you know, then you're thinking, okay, but it's part of the struggle, but it's a part of the narrative of the track. You understand? Because the track is about money. And what I like, okay, what he says, when he says, how Pelama was, almost like, so he leads up with that, and he ends up with, you know, you people who become street kids, it's a corollary, and it's an anomaly, and so on. So it could mean is that sometimes when you take chances, it might leave you in the streets. you know, smoking some drugs. You get my point? So there's a whole other element that can come from it also. But I think it nicely because he ended the song a little bit deep.
Yeah.
You know, he ended that song a little bit deep. So that's what you called me about. You say, yo man, what do you think about this? This 4 bars, man. I think it's that's what you think about it. I'm like, yo man, I need to understand the whole track, the whole song, and see how it actually ties into.
Yeah, because in the previous bars, he actually talks about how he's never tried crack.
It
ties into the.
Yeah, it leads up to that. He says, no man, I never tried. He said crack cocaine. I don't know why he said he wrote the crack in capital letters. I don't know why he did that. Maybe it meant something. Yo man, what does it mean? Capital letters say don't child, but I don't understand. So, but he was like, okay, cool, crack cocaine, okay. So you say you never did crack cocaine, okay, cool. So that it leads up to that. Maybe because if you smoke crack cocaine, it might leave you in the street.
Yeah.
And there's a corollary.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's one of those bars that makes you think.
Yeah.
And it's actually nice. We're like, okay, man, that's what he's saying. Alright. You know. So like why I like the verse myself, because like everything needs to make sense. It needs to be in unison.
Yeah.
The track in and of itself must make sense. So you can tell when he was featured, he had to tie into what Words was saying. So like when Words was saying, the con.
Oh yeah, he said Bopilo body corn has never been.
Yeah, I was on corn. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Then now
my is like, yo, but I like.
Understand. So you understand the relatability. You can tell this guy should sat down and be like, yo man, let's try to come up with something decent between the two of us. And the other one says, nigga Spanago, who are coming, say, well, yeah, Spanish songs are what tell us here, so. So you understand? So you know, like you like that symbiosis between the two, verses. You know? So when you take one verse and just take it out, it just spoils it for me. You understand? You want it to just make a nice meal. Like I said, man, it needs to be a stew meat. The stew meat can only be meat. It needs to be carrots. It needs to be all this stuff. It needs to be all these other elements added to it. On their own, they wouldn't be nice, but mixed into a stew meat. You understand? It is very nice. So that's what I felt about the verse in and of itself. So yeah, man, I think it was dope.
Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, man, this is the last video of the year. Thank you guys for the support, and we'll see you next year. Shalom. If you guys want to see more of this nigga,
I don't know, man. I think I'm coming back
in my videos. Please comment in the comments.
Yo, and by the way, hey guys, support my dude Mutusi. He's not gonna say you guys subscribe and so on. You guys subscribe. If you like the dude, subscribe. You know what happens when you subscribe? YouTube says, hey, this nigga, hey, they like this dude. They just promote him a little bit for him to get some subscribers.
No, but niggas must subscribe because they fuck with my shit. Not because it's me though.
Yeah, wait. Black business. Anyway. Black business. Yeah, but these guys want, I understand. Yeah. And you can't say they don't like you because they like you. Yeah. You understand? But you can't be having 120 views and you be on less than 100 subscribers. Fames.
Fair.
You understand? So do that, and I don't know about me coming back, but
you see more of this nigga. I just know.
Alright, cool, man.
See,
guys,
2022 is me and this nigga, and we'll see how everything works out. And shalom.
Live well, guys. Live well.